Greetings, humans. This is Andrei.
And I'm George.
Welcome back to the Windmill full of corpses. Now we're gonna be checking out Gojira. Amazonia. This is the second single from Fortitude, coming end of April, I think. April 30th, yeah. First song, Born for One Thing, completely blew my mind. Insane song. And Gojira is an insane band. They're super heavy, so much hype, and the thumbnail and also the title looks like this could get a little tribal.
Probably, yeah, and that would be a cool twist for them. I don't know how much of that they've done. We're not experts in Gojira. I just want to say about the first single, they probably set a record for how heavy you can get in a museum. Like, if that was during open hours, they would have got a pretty big fine.
Yeah.
But it was a cool setting, and it was unusual, and I have no idea where they're going with this album and what this song's gonna be like.
I'm so curious and so hyped. So
let's go! Okay, I want to comment before they get into the actual verses and stuff, because this already introduced so many elements. It is tribal!
yes, I was right. I was predicting it well. It's probably more imagery-wise than music-wise, because I don't know alien weaponry that well, but what I want to say is it looks a bit like Gojira meets alien weaponry.
Yeah, you took alien weaponry out of my mouth, actually. It's like, alien weaponry, I don't know if you know alien weaponry, they're a thrash groove metal band, I would say, with, from New Zealand, with a lot of like Maori stuff in their imagery, and they're like New Age Sepultura, a lot of people say, and I guess that just, a lot of the imagery that they have in some of the videos we can see here, because you have kind of like the band playing and then you have a lot of tribal scenes in parallel. And
yeah, and it's not like alien weaponry made up tribal imagery, but at least for me it's the first time I've actually seen it in metal.
Well, I think we've seen it in Sepultura before, but I think it's the first time we've seen it and like it. We're not big fans of Sepultura and Soulfly. And
we don't know them very well either, so if anyone there is a really big Sepultura fan, what would convince a prog head? Yeah, drop it in the comments. But let's see what Gojira's up to. Okay, I wanna note on this thing I noticed. I don't know if you heard that. I think that was the chorus. I think he said the greatest fear of all, which is kind of like a reprise from Born from One Thing. We were born from one thing, born to face the greatest fear of all.
Oh,
I know in the lyrics. So
I didn't catch that in the other one.
Yeah, I looked at the lyrics. I've been jamming it a lot. So, and I think it said something like the greatest fear of all is burning to the ground. And when he said it's burning to the ground, that's when they put the footage with the burning forest. And I also think it might have something to do with the Amazon rainforest burning.
Yeah, I know they have, from what I know about Gojira, they're kind of like nature lovers, and they have a lot of themes that revolve around nature.
Yeah.
Like I said, we don't know that much about them, but I know one of their earlier albums had a tree on it and another had a whale. I think that was From Mars to Sirius. Has a whale on it.
And it had the song Flying Whales.
Yeah, that's one of the...
Yeah, and I think they've been a bit like climate change oriented on some stuff. I'm not sure. On the witness of the wind, AM, full of thunder, will rise one last time. There's fire in the sky. You're in
Okay, what just happened again, and I didn't get to comment on last time, is when they got back on the riff and they did that slide in on the bass. That's such a cool touch.
Why didn't I pick that up? I love bass slides.
They also did that the first, I think, on the very first riff of the song when they kicked in, it was with a bass slide kicking in, and they have such a cool bass tone. It's so meaty and heavy and gritty and all the sorts of idiots that make a metal head go icky.
Yeah, and I want to say the drummer is absolutely insane. His kick strums and his cymbal strums, they're like some of the most addictive things. It's like, I think it's a lot of why I love Gojira. It's what gives a lot of their energy and a lot of their like unique style of dynamic.
Yeah.
And it's not just in how he plays, it's also in how he moves. He's like a octopus behind the kid.
Yeah, exactly.
He's all over the place.
Mario is my spirit animal. He's like completely relentless and having a shit ton of fun doing it. And if I stay to think about it, I don't think I know any footage of Gojira where he's not bare-chested.
Yeah.
And I think in the lives he's always got like the cable from his headphones duct taped to his back.
Yeah, I was like gonna say that.
It's like desperate measures just so that I can go mental. And that's such a cool thing to see in a drummer. He's having so much fun. It's like, I feel like a lot of the other guys have to kind of put up a show. They express a lot of the emotion of the track, so he's just bringing forth the energy.
Yeah, but I guess when you're playing guitar or whatever instrument that actually needs more precision, then it's harder for you to just go bananas, you know?
Yeah.
Like, when you're playing guitar, you actually gotta focus on hitting the notes. Now, I'm not saying what Mario's playing is easy, but he's gotta hit things. So if you gotta hit things, then you can really let it all out, and he's definitely showing that.
Yeah.
And that goes right here for me. I love that energy.
Okay, the theme is becoming pretty obvious now, because they've shown you all the nature destruction and stuff, but I kinda like how along with that, kinda sounds a bit more bitter, this part.
Yeah, it has that kind of weeping guitar in there, and I think the vocals went into this kind of like he's screaming, but he's doing this effect that it sounds kind of in the distant, and for me it gives this feeling kind of like cries of death going unheard or something like that. I don't know if that sounds too grim, but it has this really deep kind of tragic feel to it in some sense, and then because it's on such a heavy song, it's like it also gives you the anger of having to put up with that.
I get that. I think the song overall has a bit of that like more bitter sounding vibe, but I think they kind of really brought it forward for this part. And I know they do that. They have heavy bits and then they go into something more emotional, and then when you build from that back into a heavy bit, it's like the perfect precursor for another mental section. So if we're going back into heavy stuff after this sort of tension building in here with these heavy emotions, it's gonna be really intense. Cool guitar.
The greatest
like that spring sounding thing at the end. Okay. You can see the credits in the original video. It'll be there.
Yeah.
Go check it out. Now.
Yeah.
What we're gonna say, not relevant. Go check it out. Now.
But what we're gonna say is relevant. Well, what I'm gonna say is relevant. What you're gonna say, probably not, but what I'm gonna say is relevant. And what I wanna say is... Head up. What I wanna say is, did you hear, like, that kind of ghostly sound at the end?
No.
Like when it started fading out, it had this kind of, like, wailing wind / ghost kind of fade in, fade out effect. And if I'm not mistaken, I could be, I think it was coming from the bass. Because there was some footage and I was kind of seeing him sliding really high on the bass. I don't know, I could be off.
I missed that. I'll have to check it out again. I'll be looking for that.
Yeah, that really tied a bow on everything for me, because it was like I didn't think once it started faded out that it would still have a surprise in store, but it did.
Well, it also had the springy sounds at the end.
Yeah, but those springy sounds have kind of been there throughout the whole song. Only I think at some point in the middle it was actually doing the same notes on the guitar.
Yeah, probably. And that main riff that they had in the chorus, I think that came 3 times. It had this up, down, and then up, and kept going up instead of going down. It's kind of this thing that you would settle into that pattern and then it would throw you off. It had a really cool dynamic. I still didn't catch that by the end of the song. But it's the kind of riff that I like to spend time on and sort of print it in my head.
Yeah, I don't think I even focused it enough to figure out whether or how complicated it is, but I think at the same time it's still groovy enough that you don't really have to understand it, like to keep track of it in order to actually enjoy it, because the groove and the impact is just so infectious.
Mm-hmm.
I think Gojira is one of the bands that has like the most sickening infectious groove on like slower tempo heavy songs, because they have the really fast galloping ones like Toxic Garbage Island or Silvera, but take this or take Stranded, I think. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It has that pace. You can't not get into it.
I think what we didn't get here is scrapes. And is that blasphemy for Gojira not to use scrapes?
Or maybe it's blasphemy for us to not notice them.
Did they use scrapes? Please forgive us.
Yeah. Okay. I absolutely love this song. Incredible song. Let us know what you thought about it, and as always, don't forget to drop your suggestions in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, we'd greatly appreciate the like and share, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe with bells on.
Thank you very much for stopping by. We hope you enjoyed your stay, and we'd love to see you back at the Windmill very soon.
Corpse is out.